We'll get started here, and we're going to cover a typical order workflow from Shopify into Intacct. In the process, we'll take a look at product syncs and payment syncs. Real basic stuff here, but can save your teams a lot of time and manual data entry. So we'll start with our product catalog. I've got kind of a collection here of beet-related products related to our favorite fake company, Shroot Farms. And we'll start by creating a beet t-shirt to sell on our store. So this is the default setup for the item or product sync. We don't have to sync products, but we do sync them from Shopify to Intacct. And if you're familiar with, this is going to be an expensive t-shirt. If you're familiar with Shopify, they actually have the ability to create variants. And so we're not going to do that for this sample product, but there are some products that we'll order today that have those variants set up. And each of those variants, let's go ahead and put some more in the inventory. Each of those variants syncs over to Intacct as a separate product so that you can keep track of orders by the exact variant. We'll just say that this is 1.5 pounds, kind of heavy t-shirt. And I need to put in a product type. I realize those probably don't match up very well. We'll throw that in the Shroot Farms collection. Do a quick once over, make sure I've got everything that I need here. And we'll save that. Great. So I added a new shirt to our Shroot Farms collection. So this is, I'm flipping over to the actual Shopify store. So this is the preview of our demo store. Fun fact, Shopify started as a snowboard shop that they were trying to build, and ended up building a platform to build other stores on. So, all right, so we've got all of our beet related products here. I love beets, so we're going to come in and purchase a few of these. Here's an example of some variants set up. So we'll get 3 bundles here and maybe a crate. And we'll come and buy that t-shirt. Sounds good. And then this awesome little beet keychain. Get a few of those. All right, so typical Shopify setup here. Adding things to your cart, all the standard Shopify features. And we'll head into the checkout page. And this is really where Shopify shines. There's lots of integrations that allow, shipping calculation, collecting information about the customer, applying discounts, and putting in the actual price for shipping and taxes. The integration supports all of those things as long as they're abiding by, the Shopify principles, and everything ends up in the right place. So we'll go ahead and start to fill out this form here. All right, make sure my order looks good. We'll go ahead and check out. So the magic that we're looking for here is that this order syncs over to Intacct, and we can support going into order entry into pretty much any transaction definition. We have a special transaction definition set up just for this particular use case, Shopify sales invoice. A lot of people want to do their fulfillment out of Intacct, and so we'll chuck them into Shopify sales order transaction definitions so that they can be brought through that typical workflow. Give that just a second here. Give this a refresh, and let's see if we've got our order. Perfect. So open this up. We'll see that we've got all of those products that we purchased and all the details. Unfortunately, I couldn't get my shipping line to calculate, but As you can see down here, we do support discounts, sales tax, and shipping at the subtotal level. So that'll just come over as Shopify calculates it. And then, that allows you to use Intacct to determine how to post that. And then the total looks correct here. We should already have our payment in here. When you check out in Shopify, that payment comes in immediately. So we've got that payment represented here. This will also support a B2B workflow where somebody might submit an order and then pay later, or even pay in Intacct, with where the order just comes in without a payment related. Real quick before we wrap up, I'll come over here. We'll take a look at the setup here, just so you can kind of see how items are structured. Each of those variants, so you saw Beats had 3 different variants. Those come in as separate products. So they can be inventory products, so you can kind of keep track of inventory in both systems. We don't currently today have a way to sync the inventory between the 2 systems. But there are some opportunities for that possibly in the future. But you'll see each of those products here coming over, and we can map anything. We had that product type field mapped to the GL group so that it would be posting to the correct revenue accounts and such. That's all I have to show. There is one thing that we're working on that's wrapping up beta testing, where we'll have the ability to sync Shopify Payouts without orders or payments or product variants. So the idea would be to just kind of map your Shopify products to GL accounts, and it'll take a payout that you receive from Shopify and post your debit entry for that payout, as well as all the credit entries related to all of the products purchased, as well as any debit entries for discounts and the like. So that's on the horizon, not fully supported yet, but definitely coming soon.